What's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hey, listen, today we're gonna be dealing with Jonathan Majors. He's been in the news for all types of stuff, as you know. Preferably, his relationship issues that he got going on. Okay, so we're gonna look at his chart from an astrological perspective, looking at the planetary alignments to see how his past actions have led to what he is dealing with right now. Okay, we're going to look at his chart. So, of course, we don't have his birth time. Like I said, if he called me and said, hey, man, do my chart and, this and that, I would be gladly to rectify the chart on camera, just like this, and let you guys know what the deal is. Okay. But unfortunately, he ain't called me, not paying me to rectify his chart, so I'm not about to do it. But we do know he was born September 7th, 1989. All right. So we're going to take a look at his planetary alignments, okay, and why he has done what he's done, and he's been taking all kind of unmasculine photos too. We trying to figure out like what the hell going on with that as well. So we're going to be talking about all that and his past actions that led up to this. All right. So look, Mercury's retrograde right now. So again, we are going to try to get this show on the road without technical difficulties. We also got the solar winds doing all kind of crazy ass shit out there. So look, if you have some interruptions, then we're gonna just continue to roll with it. Just remember to like and subscribe, share the video. That's how we're gonna keep this channel going and keep everything going from an astrological standpoint. And this is how we learn, okay? Like I said, from an astrological perspective, because we through astrology we get to find out why the answer why to to what he did and why he did it. All right, so we're gonna look at some things. So first thing that pops out, let's just take a look at the sun. As we know, it's at 15 degrees of Virgo right there, right? So we do know that. Now, what's right by the sun? We've been talking about planets that are right by the sun, that's via combust, right? That has via combustion, right? We got Mars. Now, as like I said before, in other videos, if you ever have a client or you know somebody that has Mars right by the sun, we know that they have a quick temper. We know that they quick to fight. They quick to blow their top. So it's a lot going on with them. So they have a hard time controlling their anger. Okay. So we know that he has Mars combust, it's right by the sun. Okay. Anything that's found between, 8 degrees of the sun is considered combust. Okay. So we know this pet planet Mars is debilitated just right off the bat. So we know he has violent tendencies just right off, just right off the rip, right? Okay. So of course, he was born like this. So that's why I say don't be too hard on the brother. But he's doing what he can. He's trying to do a balancing act here. So and it's making it very hard. Okay. Speaking of balancing acts. We know that Virgo is Mercury ruled, so we got Virgo right here at 9 degrees of Libra. Okay, so there you go with the scales, being indecisive, going from one extreme to the other extreme. That's the scale, the balance. So he's constantly trying to balance. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this T square too. So he got a T square going on. All right, with Neptune right here. It's at 9 degrees of Capricorn. It's retrograde. Now we do know that that's a little bit debilitated. We also got Saturn retrograde right here. Okay, it's in his rulership though. So, but we do have a conundrum going on with Jupiter right here. It's at 6 degrees of Cancer. Okay, so we got a T square going on. That's we got a couple of planets of opposition. We also got the vertex right here. It's in opposition. We all got opposition. We got this opposition right here, and we got it square in Mercury. Okay, so it all leads back to Mercury. We also got Juno right here. It's in Libra. All right. So, and Libra rules. Juno has a bearing upon relationships and marriages, right? So we got that going on. The conundrum is, you got Jupiter right here in Cancer, which is, is basically exalted in. It's trying to expand, but you got Saturn right here that's restricting it from expanding. So you got that going on, and then it's all leaned back to Mercury. So he's trying to expand his mind, but then he got a restriction going on in his mind. So the thinking is not clear right here. It's diluted thinking. Look at Neptune. Okay, Neptune is in 9. We know Mercury's in 9. Okay, so and we know Neptune rules lies. Okay, it rules delusion. Okay, so, Neptune in general, it's basically represents that the truth, that reality is an illusion. So it's very delusional. All right. So you got that going on. So you got the delusional thinking going on. All right, because it's with Mercury. Now, anytime you find, anyone with this planetary alignment where Mercury is squaring Neptune, listen, guys, they're gonna lie. Okay, they can't help. They can't help it. Okay, they're gonna lie. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. He lies, for a reason. Okay, so he's trying to keep the balance. So he tries to lie. So there you go with that. So just looking at what's transpired in the past, okay? So we all know that it was an altercation with the young lady, right? So is he abusive? Well, he has a tendency to be abusive, okay? Abuse is ruled by Saturn, okay? Um, Saturn rules abuse. Okay, so and it is squaring what Juno. Okay, that's all about relationships and stuff. Okay, so we got the square going on. So yeah, he has a tendency to be abusive in relationships. So and that Saturn is retrograde. So that's going backwards. It's applying to Juno. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's applying to Juno. So yeah, I mean, he has the tendency to do that, unfortunately. Now, Mars, let's go back to Mars. Now, Mars is in a Saturn decadent. Okay, so we know that's physical. Okay, we know Virgo is earthly. So you got Saturn, which is the decadent in there, and we know this is kind of physical violence. Okay, so just keep that in mind as we go on. All right. Now, why the hell was he taking all them damn iffy photos and shit? Just non-masculine photos. I mean, I don't think it was masculine for him to take photos the way he was taking that was on that magazine. But that's just me. Other people can view it differently, but we want to know. A lot of people want to know, well, why was he taking all those photos like that? Well, if you take a look at this stellium right here, okay. It's in Libra, okay? Libra rules fashion, okay? Fashion is ruled by Venus and Libra. So he has his Venus in Libra. So yes, he was being him, okay? He was being very fashionable. He has a stellium right here in Libra. He has Juno in Libra, Mercury in Libra. He has Lilith in Libra, and he has Venus. So he has a nice little stellium in Libra, okay, as well as Venus. So that's all fashion. So yeah, he's gonna be fashionable, okay. Now, why the hell he toot his lips out like that? I mean, yeah, Libra rules the lips. I mean, well, Venus rules the lips. Okay, so we got Venus in Libra, so that rules the lips. The lips are ruled by Venus. So, and it's in a Mercury decadent. Okay, that's at 24 degrees. So that's in a Mercury decadent. So, and he speaks what? With his lips, with his mouth, right? So yeah, he's gonna toot his fucking lips out. And that's just, that's how he felt like doing. He felt like doing that, I suppose. So because that planetary stellium right there. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I mean, nobody told him to do it. All right, he just did it on his own. I can tell you that right now. All right. So, but with that, just going back to why he was kind of violent in a relationship and the lies and stuff like that. But that's the reason right there. You got Neptune right here. You got Saturn right here that rules abuse, and you got the mental abuse that's going on right here with the square to Mercury as well. So verbal abuse. Let me just say that. So you had the verbal abuse and also the physical abuse that went along with the Mars. Okay, so you got that going on. He had to seek refuge with Megan Good, of course. I mean, that's kind of keeping them balanced a little bit. All right, so I haven't even got on her chart yet, man. It's they not even good together. We gotta come back to Jonathan Majors as well, because um, physical evidence, the visual evidence is ruled by what? The moon. Okay, so I'm kind of tracking his progressed moon right now, and let me tell you, we're gonna have to come back to it anyway, because his progressed moon right now is at 9 degrees of Pisces. Okay, so it's unclear right now of the physical evidence. I can tell you that right now. It's unclear. Um, we kind of can see, the messages and all that stuff. And we like I say, we all know that he has a tendency to be physically violent, but they're still trying to get clear evidence of that. All right, and that shows with his progressed moon. So the evidence is not clear, and visual evidence is ruled by the moon. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at the moon and see what's what. And also Mercury's retrograde right now, so misunderstandings can happen, unclear things can happen, confusion. So we got that going on. Okay, so just something quick about Jonathan Majors, and his planetary alignment, and also his moods and the way he does. All right, and does things and stuff. So and the abuse. So we're definitely gonna come back to it. Just a little something on him. And also just they say she was choked. Choking is ruled by Saturn, so just keep that in mind. Here we go again. So he got a tendency to to do those things. Okay, so I'm not passing judgment saying that whether he did it or not, but you guys, you see the chart right here. You do your due diligence. You put your astrological methods to it, and you let me know. You let other people know. Whether or not you think, what he did. Whether he did it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, but he does have a tendency to be abusive and be violent. Okay, so I've seen this in other clients that I have all the time, and I try to mitigate it in such a way to get them to channel that rage. Okay, so he has to learn how to channel that rage. Now with Megan Good, they're pretty compatible. She pretty much he needs someone to kind of lead them a little bit. Okay, so and this is what I'm saying about this whole the age gap dating does work in a way. Okay, because the planets they kind of align perfectly in some ways. Some do. Some planets align, like they have really good sexual chemistry. So if you look at Megan Good's chart, we're gonna take a look at her chart right now, and we're looking at Jonathan Majors. So I'm not gonna really get on her chart, but I could tell you that just kind of looking at it, um, they got really good, really some really good compatibility to be there for each other. But she's I'm not gonna really get on her chart, but I'll probably get on her chart a little bit later when Mercury go direct. But his son is basically making a conjunction to her, to her Mercury. So we got that going on. So that's good. It just feels right for them to be together. That's why they're together right now. Nothing. It's really nothing special. It feels special to them, but right now it's just they feel good together, and they know that his Venus is making a conjunction with her Juno, and that's a beautiful thing. I can tell you that right now. That feels really good. If you guys haven't experienced that in a relationship, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, it feels magical. You ever seen or heard of someone says, man, this relationship feels so magical? Yes. When you got that going on, Venus and Juno together like that, making a conjunction, it creates a situation where it feels magical. Okay, so they got that going on with each other, as well as you know that Mars, and it's a separating aspect with he has a separating aspect going on with his Mars and her Venus, but it's enough to have that good sexual chemistry. Now, the sun making a conjunction is kind of burning out that Venus, but it is a conjunction nonetheless, which is really good. So, however, that conflict resolution, like I told you guys with Offset and Cardi B, these two right here, if he can't channel his rage, okay, or control his anger, of course, it's not gonna work. All right, so we do know that. All right. Um, her Mars is already in its fall. Her Mars is at 14 degrees of Cancer. Mars is in its fall at in Cancer like that. So we know her Mars is debilitated. And see that right off the bat, we already know that it's going to be some issues with anger. Okay, he gets upset, she gets upset. We got World War what 2 or 3 or 4 going on. So he's going to have to channel his anger in some way. All right, she's probably helping him channel his anger. Okay, because she has a lot of fire. If you look at let's just take a look at a chart real quick. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but she has she is Leo. Okay, so she has a sun and Mercury in Leo. So it's a lot of fire. All right. But not gonna get too much on her because it's so much to unfold with her. But this is all about him. But this is how it's unfolding with him. Okay, as you know, Libra rules the scales of justice and stuff like that. That's why he's in court and in and out of court. You got Saturn, which is authority figures, judges, and stuff like that. So he has a lot going on with him when it comes to relationships and judges and authority figures. Okay. You find this a planetary alignment with Mercury and Saturn. You will find people that have run-ins with the law all the time because they got this planetary alignment. But this is all due to his anger, him not channeling his anger and rage in such a way that's more constructive. And Megan is probably there trying to, help him channel his rage to something more constructive. Okay, so just a quick video on Jonathan Majors. We're gonna come back to him when Mercury goes direct because we're gonna unfold some other stuff about Megan Good and him, just to see if they can make things work. I can tell you right now, no one's thinking about marriage with them. They shouldn't be thinking about getting married. One opposes that anyway. So, but we're gonna take a look at some of that stuff. All right. But yeah, we're gonna get to it. And just remember, the difference between people is between their ears. The difference between your present and future is information. And we will get back with you later.